What's up, Prizefight fans? I'm Brian Tong, and this is a blockbuster battle between two of the top 13-inch laptops that are thin it to win it. It's a Prizefight punch-out between the Asus Zenbook UX31E and Apple's 13-inch MacBook Air. Our judges for this fight are Senior Editor Dan the Man Ackerman, Senior Associate Editor Scott It's Go Time Stein, and Brian Can't Go Wrong Tong. We'll take all three judges' blind scores and average them out to the nearest 10th each round. The final Prizefight score will be an average of all rounds using the same decimal system. Let's get it started. Round one is design. They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, and the Asus Zenbook has no shame with a design that could be mistaken for the MacBook Air with its sleek lines and teardrop shape that's slightly thicker. Now, our judges felt opening the laptop wasn't always as easy, but it doesn't hurt it. Its all-metal interior is impressive with the best-looking Windows laptop on the market. Now, Asus gets close, but there's still nothing on this planet that can truly match the design quality of Apple's unibody MacBook Air. Its blade design is still thinner, it's lighter in weight, and it's just as sturdy. The Air is a beauty that maintains Apple's iconic look and feel. Both of these laptops are amazing looking, but Apple is still a cut above the rest. It gets a perfect 5, and the Zenbook gets a 4.3. Next round is features. Asus makes sure it won't falter when it comes to features. It comes loaded with 2 USB ports, with one being USB 3.0, an SD card slot for media, a micro HDMI port, a higher 1600 by 900 resolution display, plus dongles for Ethernet and VGA out. Now, the keyboard has no backlight and tends to be a little finicky with its shallow keys that sometimes resulted in keys not registering. Its trackpad gets the job done, and Asus includes multi-touch gestures, but it's not as responsive as the MacBook Air at times, and that can be frustrating. It's not a deal breaker, but it's still worth mentioning. Now, the MacBook Air brings 2 USB ports and an SD card slot. You can use an Ethernet adapter that takes up a USB, and there's also a mini display port for video out, but you'll have to purchase the adapters to do that. You'll have a backlit keyboard for those lonely nights in the dark, and its multi-touch trackpad is one of the best that's extremely smooth and responsive in comparison to the Zenbook. But if you add it all up, it's Asus that brings everything but the kitchen sink. The Zenbook gets a 4.7 and the MacBook Air gets a 4. So after averaging 2 rounds, we're tied. Next round is performance. Both laptops bring 1.7 GHz Core i5 processors with 4 gigs of RAM, so we put these two laptops through CNET's rigorous tests, and you can't dispute the numbers. The MacBook Air outperformed the Zenbook significantly in our multimedia multitasking test and performed better in our Photoshop processing test and our iTunes encoding test as well. Both these laptops are great for everyday use, but the MacBook Air is still the performance leader for super slim laptops, and it gets a 4.7, while the Zenbook gets a 3.7. Round 4 is battery life. Who has the power to last you hours? In our battery drain test, Apple's MacBook Air went the distance with 6 hours and 46 minutes of juice compared to the Zenbook, which was able to get only 4 hours and 45 minutes. That's a 2-hour difference, and it's even more impressive when the Air was the clear winner in both performance and battery life. The Air gets a perfect 5, and the Zenbook gets hit hard with a 3. So after averaging 4 rounds, Apple takes a big lead, but it's not over yet. The final round that decides it all is value. These are premium laptops with solid-state drives, and they won't come cheap. But the Asus Zenbook is doing its best with its entry-level model that starts at $1099, and in addition to that, they're also including adapters for Ethernet and VGA out. You'll get a carrying case, and most importantly, a cleaning cloth. Now, Apple's MacBook Air 13-inch starts at $1299 with pretty much the same specs, and that's pretty much all you're going to get. An Ethernet adapter will run you $29, a video out adapter is $19 more, and there's no cleaning cloth. Apple's premium rears its ugly head here. Asus takes the final round with a 4, and Apple gets a 3. So let's average out all 5 rounds, and in a prize fight that was neck and neck, Apple surged ahead in the performance round, and it was just too hard to overcome for Asus. The MacBook Air takes this battle 4.3 to 3.9 and is your prize fight winner. I'm Brian Tong. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time on another prize fight. Goodbye!